So let's see, last week we were kind of expecting, it kind of looked like some consolidation, last week we could see that the market had just kind of paused there and at some point, an expectation of another pullback to, who knows how far down, but, probably this horizontal line, would be kind of a classic or typical pullback here, based on previous pullback points. We may not make it quite down all the way. So it's kind of noticing on our weekly chart here on the left, today's not over yet, but if we look at today's, weekly bar, how it's forming, it's going to stretch this out a little bit. If we look at today's weekly bar, it's only about half the length of previous down bars. If we look at some of these dramatic, down moves, this week is only about half of what the some of these more dramatic moves are. So I don't know. That seems like that could be a good sign. Maybe we'll just move down a little slower, or maybe we may not get all the way down. So who knows? This could be if we have a slow pullback. It definitely seems like it would be typically it would be a good sign for another continued move higher. Of course, assuming we're going to need some good news. Well, we'll need some good earnings, or at least some not bad earnings, and we probably need some good headlines in the news as well. So whatever that might be, who knows? Maybe some good headlines coming out of Europe or China. Some good tariff news headlines coming out, something like that. We'll need some kind of catalyst to spring us higher. Yeah. So, and if we, again, looking at the daily here, it's amazing how that 30 period moving average really seems to be holding up, but the day's not over yet. So we might, and also again, obviously support and resistance are ballpark areas. So we might get a little break past that 30-day. And again, this chart is looking at the futures, which is always a few points different from the actual index. And a lot of the the big institutions, the guys at the exchange, they're looking at the index. When they're looking at these moving averages, they're looking at the true index value, not the futures. So always keep that in mind, if you're kind of doing the same analysis. If you have a data feed to the actual index, that's better to actually put the index on your chart instead of the futures. So, but looking at all the ES, the Dow and the NASDAQ, that 30-day seems to be holding up so far. So, but we still have half the day to go. We'll see.